Welcome back to our channel Travel Like a Local. I'm Christina. Did you know China is among the top 10 countries with the highest number of homeless people? But when you walk around the cities from the biggest to the smallest, you barely see any homeless people.
流浪汉消失的背后是一场持续了20多年的努力。
Here's the thing, China has massive population with over 1.4 billion people. When you do the math, only about 0.18% are homeless. So in every group of 10,000 people, you would expect to see about 18 without a home. Compared to the other developed countries like the UK and France, which have significantly higher homeless rates, and also the states where there are about 19 homeless people in every 10,000 individuals.
NYC's rental market is highly competitive. Many low-income individuals
doesn't have a solution.
A former IT professional who can no longer work.
China, however, seems to be doing a little bit better. As a developing country and the global third biggest by land, how does China solve this issue, or is solving this issue? Why don't we see any homeless people on the street?
It's not usual to see homeless individuals, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist.
According to scientists and scholars and millions of studies, these are the roots for the homelessness. Here are the stats from 2020. Most people are getting way lower income than the average. An overwhelming market price of the residential space has stopped people buying an apartment, and the unemployment rate has become unprecedentedly high in 2024.
毕业生多达874万，创10年新高，但工作岗位却大幅减少。
失业大军成群结队离开广东。
So, how are you, and how are we? This summer, I have visited Guangzhou after being laid off for 6 months. Like other major cities in China, Guangzhou is fast-paced with people coming and going, but it's more vibrant and different. Without further ado, let's get Hannah first.
是印度当地的文化，他们印度人每年出嫁结婚的时候都会在自己身上画满海娜，这样说有种祝福、一种美好寓意的一种形式。画的图案很多是那种。蝴蝶元素是画的最多，就不知道画什么，那画蝴蝶吧这种状态。
从去年开始好像特别流行蝴蝶元素。
对对对，基本上有点画到腻，有时候。
有时候，那你会想尝试一些什么新的图案吗？
我个人的话，有时候会画一些符文元素，还有一些别的动物吧，就或者说去外网找别的纹身师的图案，参考一下他们风格，学习一下。
有没有什么特别喜欢的纹身师？
特别喜欢的海纳师是鱼蛋吧，他也是在广州这边街头文化流行起来的。我知道海纳这一行，还是因为我朋友他去找鱼蛋去画了海纳图，我看一下，觉得挺酷，又好看又很帅，而且又不是永久性的纹身图，所以我就觉得了解一下，给自己也玩一下吧，然后就也选择了摆摊这样。自己手上画满了之后，感觉不够画，就去叫朋友把他们叫出来玩，就给他们免费画。拿练手这样子，手法都很青涩，画多了也有一点自己的经验累积出来了。因为我是去年8月中开始摆摊的，到今年应该也有1年了。
那你大概每个晚上会有多少客人？
人很多的时候一天10几个吧，人少的话一天只画1个，有时候下雨天根本接不到单子，就是起起伏伏的一个职业状态。我也经常是过一天回一天嘛，
那一般多少情况下算多的收入？
热闹的时候，我大概有700、800块钱。要是生意不怎么样，或者说遇到同行竞争比较多的时候，一天赚个10几20吧。
那你会觉得就是跟这么多同行住在一起会觉得吃亏？
就是目标一致的同行，他们也能互相帮助嘛。比如说大家一起拉客人。就是人堆在一起，它是有距离效应的。但是如果是野摊状态的话，容易受城管管制。
Some days she earns enough to fill her pocket, other days maybe not enough to get by. But we all know life isn't a race. You may have said some folks are born with a silver spoon. Well, it could be true. Behind Guangzhou skyscrapers, there are these urban villages where time just moves slower.
这里所有的楼都是村民在自己家宅基地上面所建，2栋楼之间打开窗户就能交流。
破败、拥挤、脏乱差的城中村，几乎在所有人眼里都是个大问题。
I'm only one stop away from one of the most iconic city village in Guangzhou. It's almost 10 at night, and people are still working. They work non-stop. I don't want to say they're workaholic because, well, obviously they don't have a choice, and a lot of them do have American dream. I feel like I'm an outsider walking on the street and in those alleys. It's not only about the language or how I'm dressed, but also about like the way they look at me. I feel like I don't belong here.
If I only have one word to describe the city, that would be chill.
And guess what? There are over 1,000 of these villages in Guangdong province, and over 100 in Guangzhou alone, housing over 6 million people, most from other places. Because of the low rental prices, these villages have become the most popular residential choice for recent college graduates. It has become one of the most photogenic places in Guangzhou because of the uniqueness in timeless aspects.
因为能够看到广州塔的倒影，所以吸引了一众的网红跟摄影师前来打卡拍照。
But people who actually live here have a complicated life, and they are sophisticated. Some of them get used to the lifestyle already, and some of them work so hard to get a ticket to achieve their American dream and to move out of this place.
But what about the middle class? How are they doing?
拍这个多长时间了？
哦，都有10多年了吧，乱拍。
之前也是业余的。
业余，之前不是拍照，做钓鱼用品，出海钓鱼那些。
你自己开的店吗？
跟朋友一起批发那个渔具咯，太危险了，那个出海钓鱼就玩这个了，开始。对，近了，所以经常来这里，就在附近。下午3点来钟。
我的广州人。
不是，外省人。
你是哪里的？
青岛。
来了多少年了？
好多年了，40、50年了。
40、50年
啊！我父亲转业来的。
那你现在出去会跟大家讲说自己是广州人还是山东人？
一般都说出生地了，山东啦，确实也是嘛，是吧？我朋友等会过来，他约我拍几张照。
一起拍哈。
啊，来这里，我说我不跟你拍的。我不会跟着人家追着人家拍的，我顺便就是感觉好像你刚才你站在这里的时候，刚刚有点光，我感觉也很好，但是不是不熟、不认识，所以不好意思。
那你平时都叫怎么？别人来跟你说能不能帮我拍2张？
对，有些人问我帮我拍2张，问多少钱1张了，很多都是这样。我说不收钱是吧？真的？我是不收钱不修图，反正你喜欢就要，我就原图发给你。
这会儿没啥光了，
要不然你要拍进来拍了好吗？
可以啊。
好，来，那个是我的老师，摄影老师，这些都是摄影朋友，一般的朋友都是摄影的。我一吆喝，他们就过来了哦。你介不介意呀？啊？
多人怼着我拍。
没事，不会。你来这里就站上这里，这个牌子刚好打在脸上有光，2个手打开，不要打得太大了，挨着往前挨。
When the world is a mess and we couldn't change any of that, we can add one variable to our life, and that is passion. It shouldn't fade with age because the world is tough, because it's one of the few things that could make us feel alive and find our special place in this world.